What was the original release strategy for Laps, and how has it evolved for Laps 2?
The original release was centered around me doing the app. At the time, because Magic Pictures had done their own app for their web series, and I really liked the way they did that. So I tried to kind of use that model, and it, I felt like it was good. It was a good little marketing tool. But for a web series, it really hasn't kicked off in that sort of avenue, like that sort of medium of putting a show on an app. I don't think that it really was as successful as I wanted it to be, and that was something that I learned, you know. But after that, it was just kind of switching to putting everything on YouTube, and that's when 2020 Productions contacted me and they wanted to do distribution on the show. So that was nice because then I can sort of just hand over the content to them.
And did you hire an app developer, or did you do it yourself, sort of?
No, I hired an app developer.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, they had sort of like a template version of app, and they'll submit it for you and all that stuff. It's actually a company up in the Bay Area.
Oh, wow.
And now they're doing like an app for the New Yorker and like all this other stuff. They've grown a lot.
And what's the time frame on building this app with this company or other companies?
It was like, I don't know, it was like I would do my end of like setting up all the content and how the app would be structured, and then it took about a month and a half, I think. They submitted it to Apple, that it got approved, and then we were live. It took about a couple months.
A couple months, okay.
Yeah, because it was so template based. It's not like they really had to go in and do a lot of code work, you know. They already had this whole system set up. A really genius idea.
So it's almost like a WordPress site or something, and then they show you where to put different things, and you do all that, upload
exactly.
a photo or something. Interesting.
Like Tumblr.
Tumblr, okay, yeah, exactly. We love Tumblr.
Back to the Tumblr.
Yeah.
Back to the Tumblr.
Hashtag app.
Yes, hashtag awesome
I
stuff.
want to get a shirt.
I need to learn it. That's all there is to it.
Well, do you recommend other web series creators to explore iTunes as a way to
I do.
You do?
I do. It's, you know, putting your web series as a podcast is another thing I really want to try that. And then also maybe even going back to the app. But I don't know, not rely solely on that. Just have it as a different way that you can get the show. You know, I was only focusing on it like this is the only way you can watch the show. And I think that was the wrong approach.
I see.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, yeah, maybe. But I mean, at the time, I thought it was a very novel thing, personally. I mean, it's, you know...
I'm also hard on myself, so...
A little bit. I remember it was marketed as a web series shot on the iPhone for the iPhone. That was the hook, the deal. And having the app was just kind of a cool thing, because you tell anybody thought, that's just cool, it's an app. There you are in an app, you can pull it up, and it's specifically for that. I mean, the idea at the time seemed really good, but you're right, it does really, you're sort of bottlenecking yourself and choking yourself into this one avenue. Yeah. And when you're trying to get content anywhere, you need to open the floodgates, throw it in any direction you can.
Don't restrict viewership.
Ever restrict it.
And thankfully, 2020 came on and helped me put the show back out there. So yeah, that worked out.
And did you have to hire an aggregator to get it onto iTunes, or does that part of what the app
That was part of the whole, what the company does.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They did all the paperwork and submitted it for me, and I was like, ooh, perfect. I don't have to deal with that.
And do you know if someone's somehow able to build their own app somewhere in the woods of Montana or something, and they're are they able to just put it on iTunes themselves, or do they need an aggregator?
You have to get it
you can do it.
You have to get it approved. I mean, you can build it, right?
Yeah, you can build it. You need to get a developer license, which is $100 a year.
Oh, okay.
And then you would have to build the app yourself and then submit it to iTunes. And then it's them approving it or not. You need to, there's like a strict guideline to what they'll approve.
No, considering half the apps I've downloaded, I'm surprised. I'm just saying.
So yeah, somebody in Montana in a cabin.
They probably could.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's all, if they have a broadband connection, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they have FiOS out there, right?
Yeah, FiOS.
It's just fun to say.